If you are looking into buying cheap and safe FIFA coins, look no further than footcoinshop.net. They have the fastest service, an incredible loyalty reward system, and the best prices around. Use my creator code Inception when you sign up for your account and get a 5% discount with your order. Sorry guys, this video took forever, man, because, dude, these servers, bro, I couldn't play games. Every time I loaded into a game, every single time it would just disconnect me from the match, dude. It was crazy. I couldn't do anything, man. Anyways, today we have a new evolution to check out. I don't know if I'll do more reviews today. We'll see, man, because like I said, the servers are messed up. You know, you guys want to see something really funny, actually? This was a good one, dude. This was a fantastic tweet from the absolute best company in the world. We are investigating reports of players experiencing some gameplay impacting issues during EA Sports FC 24 matches. If you're experiencing an issue, shut down the title completely and relaunch it. These mans just told us to turn off and turn on. Oh, the rant video is coming. Let me see. It's probably a guy that protects the. Let's see. Oh, surprise, surprise! Because Twitter guys, they're on EA, bro. They're doing skill moves on it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's check out the new evolutions for today. So the new evolutions for today, guys, mainly is a stats improvement, but it's power header plus. That's the main one, right? So the reason why this could be a pretty big one for the people that enjoy using the physical type strikers is for players like Matthias Tell, or Matthias Tell. I don't know how to say his name, to be honest with you guys. But he's a 5-star player. He's a high medium work rate player, 6 foot tall. So by default, that's what you would be working with. Now, his heading accuracy is horrible. So I don't know how this works, because this is defending. Honestly, I never really looked into heading accuracy specifically, because with headers in this game, they're manual anyways. So if I manually hit a power header, in this case, a power header plus, performs headers with maximum power and accuracy, then does that overthrow it? Maybe it does, right? So for people who like to cross the ball, score some headers, this could be an ideal thing for you. He would be kind of overpowered in the future if they gave him an aerial, to be honest. That would be like one of the main ones, because these are all the improvements that people have so far done if they were to go down this route. Gonna be honest with you guys, I never really see this card in the game, right? But we're looking into him because he's one of the top options. Physical wise, he's got 84 for strength, 91 for jumping, so the jumping stats are there for him to score those opportunities. I mean, you could potentially give him a hawk if you really want to kind of boost the jumping part of the card a little bit more to work with the heading capabilities, because at the end of the day, you know, that could be something that you may want to improve on him, especially since you're giving him that extra strength. But depends on the person, really. But that's from a lot of improvements, right? Not a lot of people did those improvements. There's players like this that exist right now. The weird thing about this card is that he gets power header plus, but there is this card that is yet to get an upgrade. I really don't know what they're waiting for. Maybe it's because it's like 2 weeks left of the actual event. Because I use this card on the RTG account, and he's pretty outdated right now. Like, they gotta, you know, give him a card that actually gets some pretty significant improvements for him to be nice, because it's supposed to be from one gameplay objective that you're supposed to complete. That's what they said during that time period. But yeah, they're releasing. I don't know when they're gonna release that, because they could have just released that in the beginning. It's not like it's a super overpowered card anyways. Like I said, it depends what upgrades they actually give him, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it, right? Team of the Year Striker Prospect, giving him Power Header Plus. In comparison to the other card, it's literally better than the version I currently use until he gets some sort of improvement, right? The main thing with this card is obviously dribbling, because he's 5'10". He has that specific body type as well. The average body type, right? So when you're working with that, left stick dribbling wise, it can be a little bit annoying to work with. But there's a lot of situations where, you know, when you give a card like this a hunter, you know, you got the 5-star weak foot to work with. It is incredibly helpful to work with in general, because when you give him that hunter, it massively increases his shooting capabilities, right? But yeah, it's weird, because if you choose this card, it's because you want that playstyle, because this one doesn't have a playstyle, and I don't know what they're going to do with it. It's a weird situation. I don't even know if they're ever going to actually drop that SBC, or that the actual objective for the card. Who knows, right? It's EA. So popular evolution choices: Team of the Year Striker Prospect. We got a player like Aubameyang, who also gets a top choice here because he is the inform card. If you did not do the radioactive, The evolution is better than the radioactive. Yeah, it is literally better. And the radioactive was how much? Like 100k, wasn't he? Yeah. 92.3k for this one. And then this Aubameyang is free, and he gets a playstyle plus on it on top of it. Yeah, so Aubameyang into Team of the Year Strikers Prospect. Similar situation probably to the other card where you just give him like a hunter and you just kind of like cook with him in that way. I would say, you know, increase the pace, increase the shooting as much as possible, as well as the, you know, just work with the card for what it is. High-low work rates. This card does give you the chemistry link, so that was a pretty big deal. But it's weird, man, because you can't upgrade this card specifically. And I think if you add an evolution to him, you lose the radioactive part of it, which I think is incredibly stupid. It actually loses value in that way because, look, now this card exists, right? But what it is. Playstyles wise, he has a couple, right? He's got Finesse Shot, he's got Chip Shot, Rapid, Flare, Trivella. He's got some good stuff, right? For people who are Leeds United fans, this is going to be a really, really big W because this is a card that actually received some pretty significant improvements in comparison to some of the other cards that he could get. So if we were to go to the silver card, I think this would be mainly for someone like Nick28T, because I think he does Leeds cards, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he would probably have a card like this at this point, right? But there's this version that you can now improve with an EVO for a Team of the Year Striker Prospect. But again, it goes down the sentimental route more than anything because he is a physical type striker that has mid 80s for dribbling. Physical type strikers, no matter what anybody says, they're not like super meta in the game. Like if you play the higher divisions, like people will always rock the Mbappes and the Eusebio's because they just make the most sense. But obviously for people that want to use players that they're a little bit more familiar with, then they'll go ahead and upgrade this card as well. Playstyles wise, he is going to have the playstyle plus. So this one's interesting because he actually has 99 heading accuracy with 93 jumping. But the thing that would have added to the card, and this could be something that they do in the future, is if they were to give him an aerial, right? An aerial would definitely be a really big deal to be able to utilize those kind of things with the card, right? We have the Canadian player. She gets Power Header Plus. See, Power Header Plus is kind of weird for her because she's 5'11" with what body type? Lean body type. Does she have jumping on that new card? Oh, wow. Jumping is like massively increased on her. 5'10"? Yeah, she could be pretty decent, actually. And this is from Team of the Year. This is from the Team of the Year Prospect, eh? Oh, wow. So if you were to have improved her the entire time from Power Shooter into FC Founder 2 into FC Founder Upgrade, Weak Foot Training, Team of the Year Striker Prospect, you actually have what could be, right? And I say could be because 41 balance, I don't know what that's going to be like in game. What could be a pretty solid card in game. I would probably give her an engine, even though she's a female, because she's 5'11" with a lean. So she kind of moves into like the guy body types, right? So when your balance is that low, I don't know how that's going to feel in game. That's gonna be an interesting one, right? Again, with the female body types, they kind of feel a little bit different in regards to in-game dribbling for certain situations. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you went down that route and improved her all the way, that would have been nice. And there's this version as well that doesn't have the balance situation. So here's the thing with evolutions, right? So if I were to go all the way from here, I would have a worse card than if I were to go from the showdown all the way to Team of the Year Striker Prospect and actually have a good Canadian attacker. However, she's 4-star, 3-star. I mean, to be fair, guys, if I were to do the whole like Canadian thing, which I probably would have because the Canadian players are kind of dog in this game. There's a few decent ones, obviously, but she would have been pretty cool to unlock, right? She is 4-star, 3-star, which is a little bit of a letdown, but she's formatted very nicely for this one in particular, right? But again, with Team of the Year Striker Prospect, there's the other one where if you were to do all that, you literally get a worse version of a card. That's why you always have to look at base mechanics of cards too, right? Because 41 balance, that's a little bit ridiculously low, right? That is really crazy, actually. Really, really crazy. Anyways. What else we have here? So we have Barcola. Barcola maybe in the future will be a little bit better. The thing about this card is that he does have a physical side to his dribbling because he's 6 foot tall, or 6'1" with a high and average plus, I believe, when I reviewed him. Yeah, so high and average plus on the card. You do feel that in game, to be fair, 100% when it comes to the dribbling capabilities. Like if you were to go with the meta options that existed during this time period of people deciding whether or not to put finisher on him, it is significantly 10 times better to choose Malin over the Barcola card, right? Even though Barcola gives you those nice links, Malin is a card that most of the people should have chosen if they had the opportunity, right? Jackson is another card. Chelsea fans will be excited about this one if they didn't use anything else, because the thing about this card is that he has a few different evolutions that currently exist, and for a card like this, because he is a physical type attacker, giving him power header plus is a little bit more beneficial than it would be for some of the other players, right? Especially in his case, because you could probably give him a sniper, right, to boost the strength, aggression, and shooting of the card to be in a very, very good area, while working with the fact that he is someone who is a controlled, lengthy player, right? You could also go in the direction of giving him an engine if you feel like his dribbling is a little bit rough to work with, but you get to this point, this is a sentimental value card, right? Chelsea fans will be into using him just to kind of score those goals with Jackson. Maybe score more goals than he does IRL, but anyways. Malin is the other card here. So this is from the rare gold to upgrade. If you upgrade to this card, you are making a massive mistake. I don't really need to tell you guys anything else, unless this doesn't exist anymore, which I think it does, to be honest. FC Founder 2, FC Founder's upgrade into finisher. You get a pretty good card, gonna be honest with you guys. Like he's pretty solid in game, right? You can either go the direction of giving him a marksman, you can give him a direction, or go in the direction of giving him a hawk. Regardless, this card is going to be the better option in comparison to what's available. Armstrong gets a card too. Gets pretty significant improvements from the inform version of it. Again, this is mainly going to be for the Southampton fans, unless Armstrong actually has some EVOs. Let's see. Because sometimes there's EVOs from the past. If you were to upgrade it for sentimental value, you would be working with a little bit more options, I would say, right? Team of the Year striker prospect. Okay. Girassi, Lukaku. Excuse me, Aubameyang, De Jong, Isaac. Okay, so Isaac gets a pretty significant improvement. Pookie is not bad for people. See, this is what I mean, right? So if you put evolutions into this, from the base card being a radioactive. Is that not what I just saw? From the base card being a radioactive, don't you lose that chemistry situation? Again, sentimental value for the Finnish guys will definitely be interested in that. Beto gets yet another card, but kind of outdated at this point with 78 dribbling. Dovbik for people who probably didn't do the Player of the Month card. Jota. Who else is here that's like trending? Let's see. Ertig for this. She has so many evolutions. Look, even from this, she got a bunch, bro. This is from this one though, eh? Midfield Dynasty, and then there's the Team of the Year striker prospect that gives her power header. I mean, she is massively increased in the jumping and heading accuracy department, but and she's also 5'11", to be fair. Not too bad. Not too bad. She could be decent. I mean, she has good shooting and stuff too. Power header would be a very interesting variable to work with when it comes to her, for sure. Definitely looks very different. Danuma, obviously. Did this card ever get improved, by the ways? Never got improved. So ever since if you did that... Oh, wait. I don't even know if it's this one. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Team of the Year striker prospect, power shooter. Midfield Dynasty. Nope. This card's problem is always going to be the dribbling, right? But on an engine chemistry style, this card actually looks like it's a little bit well formatted in comparison to what it used to be, I would say. Let's see what else we got here. Raheem Sterling obviously has the SBC cards. Probably more ideal to do those cards and this one for sure. Even though this one you can maybe give a chemistry style to make him pretty decent to use. But yeah, nothing too special, I would say. Especially for a card like that. I think it'd be a waste to give him the power header plus. Some cards just make sense, right? Like, especially if you enjoy using the physical type players. Like, even a Talishka, right? Because Talishka gets that jumping boost, considering the fact that he's 6'2". So if you use a card like this as like a left attacking mid and he's on get into the box for cross, you can actually score some of those opportunities. Maybe even if he had like an aerial would definitely add to the card as well. Bakambus, Orsic, Romarinho. A more agile player gets Team of the Year striker prospect. That's actually interesting. I mean, you give this card a marksman as well, I would say, because of the dribbling being formatted the way that it is. You work with a lower pace, use them specifically in the cam position. Saudi League links wouldn't be too bad there. De Catalare, this guy actually got an SPC last year that was trending like crazy during that time period. I think if it was him that got I don't think he got the full upgrade, but if he did, he would have been really, really solid because it was a showdown. I hate that promo with a passion, but it was a showdown during that time period. And yeah, I mean, now he has like a new card, right? So obviously, if you're going for the sentimental route, you know, Centurion Striker, FC Founders 2 into Power Shooter into Team of the Year Striker Prospect, you got a pretty decent card to work with there. Kelly Holm, Milik, Ollie Watkins, Turam, Iker Bravo. Let's see here. So let's take this off. So we have this guy. He's a 4-star, 5-star player. Skill moves, finisher, FC Founders. Team of the Year Striker Prospect, Yadomchuk. So Yadomchuk actually has a pretty decent card now. So if you were to upgrade from the silver and you're building some sort of like past and present Benfica squad, you can use Team of the Year Striker Prospect into FC Founders 2. Skill moves training, stop right there too, and the weak foot training. And you have a 4-star, 5-star physical type striker who now has a power header with really good jumping, no heading accuracy, but I think his heading accuracy would probably be really crazy anyways, so wouldn't be too big of a deal there. I want to see if I see any other like link ups that could be nice. There's obviously gonna be like sentimental value cards for sure. Larson, Polson, yeah. Excuse me. Let's see what else we got here. Barcola. Yeah, mostly sentimental that turn into good players, I would say. Like, look at this guy, right? Skill moves training, stop right there to FC Founder 2, FC Founders upgrade, Team of the Year Striker Prospect into weak foot training. You get a pretty decent Argentinian player. Not too bad there for sure. Let's see Daniel Malin. So Malin has just a Team of the Year Prospect, yeah. Then Barcola is, let's see. So it's just the one, I would say. Yeah. Over here. Somewhere around that area. Barcola. Trying to see if I see anybody that like really pops out for me. Again, you're gonna see players yourself that are gonna be pretty decent to upgrade, obviously. But it all depends on the sentimental value. So let's say I were to go to Portuguese. See what we're working with here, you know? This guy's trending like crazy. There it is. So for Beto, it would have to be from stop right there too into Team of the Year Striker Prospect to make him a little bit more usable as a physical type player. Finisher. Shermiti. Weak foot training, FC Founders 2 turns him into a 4-star player. People who are going to like that are the Sporting fans. They might actually be able to do that. Paulinho will definitely be one for the Sporting fans too, if it's sentimental value. Let's see here. I think I covered all the main ones, I would say. Because the rest of it would mainly be for sentimental, right? Like, even if I were to go down the route of searching FC Porto, just as an example. FC Porto. We actually have nothing. Nice. I wonder if if you could get to a point where someone like Teremi is like massively increased. Like, how do you even search this? So you'd go here, evolutions, and then you go to trequartista time. It would be the highest. So it'd be this one. See what I'm saying? Like this is the type of stuff you have to check, right? Because I know that Teremi is a physical type striker. So with Centurion Striker and with Team of the Year Prospect, it massively increases him to make him a little bit more usable in game. I say a little bit because his agility and balance is still in a really rough spot, so you have to use him in the physical sense, right? These cards I would never personally have fun with because they just don't move really well in game, and it would be really annoying, right? Like, for me, it would have to be players like Jaime, for instance, right? So this card right here, if he were to have an evolutions that has brought him to a certain point that would be really good, then it'd be solid, right? But even this card still has an 87 for dribbling. So in order for you to make him as usable as possible, you would have to provide him with the engine chemistry style to boost the pace, passing, dribbling of the card while working with decent shooting. And as an FC Porto player, if you did all the right improvements from Centurion Striker, Power Shooter, Skill Moves Training, and Team of the Year Striker Prospect, you get a pretty significant improvement there as well, right? So these are the types of players that you have to look into, right? So you can see that obviously with Jaime, he wasn't a player that pops up right away over here because we're specifically searching for that evolution, right? But there's always going to be like a different amount of cards. There's always going to be the meta options you can upgrade from the beginning, and then there's going to be cards that if you improved over time, then you'll have some pretty decent options. So we could even go to another one where it's like Eva Nilsson, right? So if I were to go to Eva Nilsson's card, I go to his evolutions. We could go to like trequartista time, which is not it. And then you have this one, right? So again, you go in the route of checking the physical type strikers. Eva Nilsson has a Welcome to Evolution, Centurion Striker, Skill Moves Training, Team of the Year Striker Prospect. And again, you have a more usable version of this card. But that's the whole point of the evolutions, is to make more cards usable. But they have to be cards, in my opinion, that could dribble a little bit better, unless they really boost the physical guys at some point in the future, right? That's what it really feels like. But yeah, you gotta look into the players that you have, right? Like, I don't even think Benzema has a thing yet, so I don't even know why I'm checking him. But like, who else would there be? Would there be there's no way like someone like Correa has one, right? Could you imagine if he did though? Evolutions would just be the power shooter, yeah. What about like, what if you went in the direction of like, no, it can't be Kane and stuff. I'm trying to think right now. Ooh, I know a good one. Oh wait, he's not in the game though, right? Yeah, he's not in the game because they banned him probably. Ooh, how about this one? Let's check out another physical player. So we go here, evolutions, and from the looks of it, no Team of the Year icon. Who else is there that I can't think of right off the top of my head? I guess Richarlison? Let's see. That'd be the rare gold. Evolutions. Mostly finisher, power shooter, finisher, Team of the Year striker, prospect. But yeah, these are the types of players you have to look into. So if you have been improving physical type players, those are probably the players you should look into the most for power header if that's your playstyle because you chose to unlock this card. But you can also look for the players that are a little bit more agile to work with that could be pretty decent to use in the game if you want to have some more agile players. I'm trying to think of the Borges. Is Borges in this game? I think he probably goes by a different name, honestly. This guy, Gonzalo Borges. So finisher on him, cut inside, budding starlet. Finisher would put him at this area. Again, this is more for usability because I would have to give him an engine, boost certain areas of the card. Poorly formatted, but these are the types of players you gotta look into, right? Again, if you're going the sentimental route, take a look at the players that you currently have. You might actually have some some hidden talents here and there, right? But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'm getting tired, so I think this will be the last video for today. We'll see. I'll probably do the reviews tomorrow, guys. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys. It was like kind of late today, you know.